All right, Roy, so we're gonna go on the dyno right now.
Finally.
How are you feeling, man?
Finally, can't wait to get it done.
So how long has this car been worked on for it to get to this point right now?
We started the build 2020 just as the COVID hit and slowed up some parts, Liberty gears. We had problems getting the tranny, the clutch, parts for fabricating the header, but we were able to get it done July of last year. Well, 80%. Had it at a Javier show at Pan Americans. Got it done, delivered in New York January. Unfortunately, the cold weather kept us back. You know, February, March, started working on it in April, and here we are.
Here we are.
Trying to get it done, you know. Well, we're keeping it at low boost right now on the spring. We already know from the last dyno session a couple weeks ago, there's a 15-pound spring in there. Creeps about 18 pounds. So, and we'll leave it there, sort out suspension, sort out brake, and make sure everything is working well before we turn it up a bit, you know.
Sweet. Well, let's hope everything goes well today, man.
Hopefully, you know, we could get it done and get her home and get her ready.
Yeah, sweet.
You know?
Sounds good, man.
Thank you.
So we got the tuner Rodney here. What's going on, Rodney?
What's going on, brothers?
All right, so what are we gonna do today here on the dyno? So what are you expecting to do here?
Well, we basically did all the steady state low down, low tuning 2 weeks ago. So right now the dyno actually back then wasn't registering on the higher RPM ranges. So supposedly they sorted out, and we're here to make some power curve runs. So
Sweet.
Hopefully everything worked out good. We did couple street testing since then, and it seems fine. So
yeah, you went out actually not too long ago, right? So how was that?
Oh, that was awesome.
Yeah, so
it feels good.
How many pounds of boost was the
It was
car
19 pounds of boost.
Yeah,
yeah.
And it was spinning, wasn't it?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So let's see what she does today. Put up a number for the fans, right?
Yeah, sweet. Sounds good, man. Hopefully everything goes right.
Yes, man.
Sweet.
Enjoy. Thanks.
How's that look? Was it good?
Oh my, yeah. She's still a little rich, but I don't want to take fuel out because not yet.
Is that attached to that? How many pounds of boost did you hit on that last run?
Oh, let's see. 15 pounds?
15 pounds?
Yeah.
Nice.
We're going to have a discussion about that real quick, and maybe we can give it some more boost.
Okay. All right, so right now you stopped doing some pulls. I'm assuming we're letting the car cool off right now.
Yeah, we want to try and turn the boost controller on and get a handle on that, because right now it's on gate and it's fluctuating from run to run, you know, about 1 to 2 pounds. So I want to stable that up and get a solid boost curve on it, per se. On the street, a while back, we pulled it on the street and it had a solid 19 pounds. So even at the 17, 18 pounds that we're seeing right now, it's making the right power, but we want to stable that up so it doesn't be hunting anywhere, you know. So we want to get that going up next. It's a little bit on the richer side, but I'm keeping it that way for a reason. Up here in the Northeast is a whole lot of temperature swings,
Right.
So we just kind of keep it that way for now. But other than that, it pulls clean to the RPM limits. So let's see what's going on.
So what happened on that last pull?
Not getting no, the boost controller isn't active. It's not reacting at all. But other than that, I think we're good for now.
It's so quiet inside, even with the windows down. It's so quiet.
That was the goal. Try to get as quiet as possible.
How does it feel?
I want a little more, but not yet. We gotta try to. The main thing is the drivability. Get it tamed as best as we can. You know, the power's there. You saw that. You know, the problem's not really the power anymore.
Just putting it to the.
It's
to the
just
road.
dialing it in now, getting her to where we want it. For the power that it makes, I don't think we need to turn it up anytime soon. Mind you, that's only like, we're only getting up to like 5,000–6,000 on here, you know?
Man, but even then, like you can feel that when the turbo kicks in, the torque,
Pulls real
all
hard.
of it just coming all at once, it feels so good. So is this your first RX7 you've ever owned, or?
No, unfortunately not. This is my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the 6th one.
Holy.
First car I was 18 years old. Still have it. It's the race car now. It was a 1989 RX7 Turbo 2.
Wow.
That turned into be the drag race car. Still have it. Just acquired a 1991 Turbo 2.
Nice.
So might put that together for the street class next year. Now that this is done, I swore I wasn't going to build another car, and that kind of fell in my lap. So we just got the billet motor for it. We're going to run a billet 3 rotor in there.
Do you have AC in this car?
Has to be gas, but it's set up.
Wait to see this thing fully dialed in. I'm sure this thing will be an absolute monster, even more of a monster than it already is now.
Name is Roy Ramutar. It's a 1997 Mazda RX7 FD. 4-rotor Mazda 26B. It's non-billet. We reached over to some good guys out in New Zealand, Green Brothers Racing, Richard and Chris over there, a couple of years back, and hired them to do the machine work and get everything sorted and then ship it over here. And we finished off most of the stuff over here. Well, 6 months. 6 months to purchase the crank, purchase the plates, do the machine work over there, get the crank polished and bearing clearances sorted out and stuff for us before it was shipped here to the US. Motor was delivered from DHL. We picked it up. It went straight to my cousin's house, Rodney Lalu in Long Island. He normally does all the motors and the tuning for us. Don't have a shop. It's just a hobby that, me and him have always been with, for years. So it went straight to him, go over all the specs, make sure everything was done according to what he wanted, and then he took it from there. We're running a Garrett GTX Series Gen 2, 91 millimeter with a 130 back housing. Custom header done by Eccentric Motorsports again. Full exhaust system done by Eccentric Motorsports again. Wastegates are tile. Everything blower valve, single tile, 60 millimeter wastegate. Intercooler radiator system, there's 2 radiators on the core, primary and a secondary, and a large oil cooler. All run spar fans. Those were custom designed with Eccentric in collaboration with CNR out in Indiana. Oil system, we're running a dry sump system from Mazda Speed because we wanted to utilize the left side of the core to keep the alternator, AC condenser and stuff like that, because we wanted the core to be as treatable as possible, so we wanted to put those stuff back. Clint also from Eccentric, he made the oil tank, and basically every other part in this core was done by Eccentric Motorsports. Great guys over there. So for the transmission, we're running a Liberty gears, thanks to Blake and Craig over there. We have a 6-speed sequential T56 Magnum faceplated that was done on this car using one of S1 shifters from Australia. Works great. Clutch, we're using a triple disc carbon fiber from Tilton. ECU, we're running a Link system, Link Thunder, with M&W ignition boxes. Link came through thanks to Justin and the guys over there. They supplied everything and all the sensors, everything we need for this car. Works great. Thanks to my cousin again for doing all the tuning. He's a Link guy. If you need a Link, just reach out to him, Great ECU, and the support we have with it, it's great, it's phenomenal. One of the biggest things was the whole build was to keep the car as treatable as possible. Couldn't cut the car, we couldn't bang the car, everything had to fit in the original spot. The hood had to close, nothing must look out of the way. Even the front bumper, we didn't even change it to the 99 because we like the lines on the FDs, These are old cars, but they're very beautiful. One of the things in keeping it as treatable as possible with a 4-rotor, everybody knows how radical they are at low RPM and, the idle, and we were trying to keep it also as quiet as possible. Reached out to Bola Exhaust Engineering Department. They spec'd their multi-core system. They wanted us to run 3 mufflers on the car. Couldn't fit it, we didn't have the space. We fit 2, one oval 16-inch, 4-inch in, 4-inch out, and one round 16-inch, 4-inch in, 4-inch out back. Out of the turbos are like 4 and 5/8. We brought it down to 4-inch, running the downpipe straight through those 2 mufflers all the way to the back, and we did a heat, I think it's DEI heat wrap system that Clint did that took him hours, wrapping it and tying it with stainless steel wire to make sure it doesn't come off. We ran that, covered the header, covered the downpipe, covered the first muffler all the way to the very back. The whole exhaust system's been wrapped to help control the sound and keep it as tame as possible, It's just crazy, but it works. It works. You can hear it in the video. It's not that bad, only when you step on it. Eccentric Motorsports built a custom 22-gallon gas tank for us. It's running an Aeromotive 10.0 brushless fuel pump, Aeromotive high-pressure fuel pressure regulator, and 8 2600 IDXs. For fuel system, the intake was done by Pro J right here in New Jersey. World's fastest imports, whether you're 2JZ, Mazda, 2-rotor, 3-rotor, they all run his stuff, best on the market. The car is running a 9-inch independent, first FD. We did a 9-inch independent in the back from Dry Shaft Shop, that's Lee over there. He took care of us with the dry shaft, carbon fiber dry shaft, axles, center section, everything was done by Dry Shaft Shop. Rims and tires were done by CCW. These were the first one-off with the 17-inch bead locks in the back. We're running 18s in the front, AAA tires all the way around. We're running 18s in the front, 17s in the back rims. I think we have a 275, 40, 17 in the back, and in the front it's a 245/55/18 up front, O-Link suspension, Brembo brakes, and the rest of it is factory interior, you know, all factory Mazda stuff. Anti-gravity also came up with we're using their battery system, the lithium battery system. The 8660 amp works great. DC power, alternator, haven't skipped a beat, you know, charging system works very, very well. I think we're coming to the end right now. There's a few things still to be done. We have to gas the AC system, make sure that's up and running. Finish up the music setup in the car. The car still has to be detailed inside and out, ceramic coated and stuff like that. But the goal is to try our best to get everything done in 2 weeks. Worst case, 4 weeks for the Pan Americans, but it'll be at the Pan Americans over JTEC's booth. We'll try our best to get it done. You know, it's not that easy on these types of builds, but we'll try our best. Main shout out goes to my cousin Rodney for helping on this build, building the engine, tuning the car. You know, takes a lot, you know, to get these things fine-tuned. Zachary and Clint Richardson from Eccentric Motorsports for doing the build. Came out great. There was nothing, absolutely nothing I would have done differently. The group at Hotel 7 for busting balls and pushing everybody. Link ECU, Javier from Pro J, you know, came through, been a great friend. I'm sure I'm forgetting a lot of people, but those are the main guys on the list, you know. And we can't forget Mr. Neil Adley for being the ball buster that he is.